You secure the stable income, receive the praise at work, and build the exact lifestyle you were told to want. Yet beneath the surface, you feel a quiet, hollow exhaustion. You are successfully polishing a life that doesn't actually feel like yours. Your nervous system was built to operate exactly this way. Early human survival relied entirely on group inclusion. Belonging to the tribe meant physical safety, while rejection meant certain death. Your brain learned very early to constantly scan the faces of others to measure your own value. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung noticed the specific type of burnout in his own practice. He treated patients who had built highly respected, secure lives, but felt completely empty. They had mastered the art of living someone else's life. Jung identified the mechanism behind this as the persona. It is a psychological structure, a social mask you construct in childhood to adapt to the rules of your environment, gain acceptance, and navigate society safely. Successfully carrying a mask that doesn't belong to you creates a massive psychological burden, manifesting as that deep, unshakable tiredness at the end of the day. A mask is a highly effective tool as long as you remember it is a costume. The danger begins when you forget it is only a role. Over time, the persona shifts its function. Rather than shielding you from the world, it begins to hide your authentic nature from it. This state of external regulation requires every personal choice, from the clothes you wear to the career you pursue, to be filtered through the fear of society's judgment. Because your emotional state depends entirely on that outside feedback, your nervous system never rests. You develop a monkey mind, perpetually jumping from branch to branch, performing for others while waiting for the next round of approval. Using the world exclusively as a mirror to confirm your worth eventually leads to a loss of identity, trading your inner truth for a quiet addiction to recognition. Jung viewed this exhaustion as a signal from the psyche. It is an awakening, a demand from your own mind to stop walking blindly by the collective map and change your direction. The moment you attempt to drop the mask, you may instinctively look sideways to see if others are moving faster or achieving more. This reflexive comparison acts as a denial of your own individual path, wasting energy on speed when you actually need direction. When you try to turn inward, you might feel an overwhelming sense that the world is judging you. Jung called this projection. You are experiencing your own hidden self-doubt, your shadow, mirrored back at you by the people around you. These sideways glances and projected judgments are attempts by the ego to avoid the work of looking inward. To bypass those defenses, you must temporarily withdraw the energy you spend on the outside world and enter a sacred space. Solitude functions as a deliberate, quiet environment where your inner voice can finally be heard above the noise of social expectations. In this unbroken silence, the noise of the world drops away. Without an audience to perform for, long-ignored questions and inner conflicts rise to the surface and demand your attention. Enduring the initial panic of that silence allows the authentic inner voice to emerge, providing the compass you've been searching for everywhere else. Hearing that inner voice is only the beginning. You must actively build a life around it through a practice Jung called inner discipline. This discipline involves making daily commitments to things with intrinsic meaning, like reading, writing, or focused reflection, without seeking praise. Action driven by personal meaning maintains nervous system focus, whereas action driven by external rewards leads to rapid fatigue. Growth accumulates silently through these small choices and kept promises to yourself. As you build this discipline, you shift away from a fragile ego seeking external mirrors. You begin to stand on a foundation of inner coherence, where your thoughts, actions, and beliefs are aligned. Withdrawing the need for society's approval allows you to be more deeply present. You show up for others not to seek validation, but because you are finally solid and rooted in yourself. Aligning with your inner truth simplifies your life, removing the exhaustion of trying to keep pace with the crowd. When you stop waiting for the world to confirm who you are, your energy finally comes home to nourish your true self. And from that point onward, life becomes truer.